Dr Kennedy Graham.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Tēnā koe te whare. To the Minister for Climate Change Issues, is the $328 million additional cost of the government's recent emissions trading scheme proposed amendments consistent with the National Party election pledge that the amendments would be fiscally neutral?
Mr Speaker.
The Honourable Simon Bridges.
On behalf of the Minister for Climate Change Issues, yes, because we don't want the ETS to be a tax-grabbing revenue earner from households and the productive sector. We've also wanted to amend our scheme in globally fragile conditions in the interests of the wider economy rather than on the basis of some narrow government interest.
Dr Kennedy Graham.
Why is the government increasing subsidies to emitters in these globally fragile conditions to the tune of several $100 million rather than strengthening the ETS so that it will actually reduce emissions?
The Honourable Simon Bridges.
I don't agree with the basic premise of the question. They are not subsidies. They are the absence of a cost imposed on households and businesses in this country.
Dr Kennedy Graham.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Why doesn't the government follow the UK model, which has a binding 80% cut by 2050, with 5 yearly carbon budgets for reducing emissions, instead of simply stating a weaker target with no credible plan to get there?
The Honourable Simon Bridges.
Speaker, on behalf of the Minister, I have not examined the UK scheme in any great detail, but it's fair to say we don't want the economic mess that they are in today.
Dr Kennedy Graham.
Rather than weakening the ETS, why doesn't the government introduce a plan such as the British one, and I recommend that the Associate Minister read it, which is described as providing, quote, a clear, credible, long-term framework for a move to a low-carbon economy, giving business and individuals the certainty they need to play their part?
The Honourable Simon Bridges.
Mr Speaker, on behalf of the Minister, I believe in our emissions trading scheme we have that clear, credible scheme, and we are also, of course, wanting to make sure that in these fragile economic conditions globally, we don't ratchet it up unduly at this time.
Question number 10, Sue Moroney.
Thank you.